Ladies and gentlemen, Green Teamers and Hoop Dreamers and Celtic Nation, what it do? It's your man Beto here, back with another recap reaction of last night's game, the Bucks versus the Celtics. Now the Celtics won 111-105. We improved to 19-4. 10-2 at home on a home court, you know what I mean? It's just about defending the home court and smacking the Bucks up. Now, I think it's been a long time since the Bucks have won in Boston. I think that's what I was seeing when I was watching the game last night. But game highs tonight, Giannis with 30 from the Bucks, Dame Lillard with 31, and then nobody else really showed up for them. They shot about, 29 threes, 11 for 29. And then the game highs for the Celtics, you know what I'm saying? We had three players with 20. Drew Holiday with 20 against his former team. Jaylen Brown with 25 was, bodying the child up a little bit. And we're going to get into how chippy that got a little in a second here. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel as well, too. We had Hauser with 16 off the bench. PP had zero tonight. But that's not on him. That's really the team. We missed, 15 or 16 straight threes going into halftime. We actually shot 17 for 53 from three, which is 32% from three, which is, we're right in the ballpark with the amount of threes that we do shoot. But at the same time, my fault, I just distracted myself a little bit. But at the same time, it's like we still were able to get the dub without shooting well from three, which is just shows it's a testament to how good our team is. You know what I mean? Like, we're so good that we can have these off nights. And now the Bucks, they blew their load tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the season sweep obviously and everything, but they blew their load tonight by throwing the best punches that they had at us, man. I mean, if you have Giannis and Dame combining for 60 points, and then you have like Trent and Middleton, that's surprising he's off the bench, but I guess he just came back because actually that was his debut game. But if you have just like minimal production from everybody else who's not scoring more than 15, that's kind of the results you're going to have. Now, it was a tight-knit game, the whole game, but I think that was merely because we were just poor from the field, and not even from the field, from three-point. I want to say about 60% of our shots were from three. So that's the only reason why, A, it was close, and B, we just struggled to, pull away, because that's really what was the issue, in my opinion, was that we just couldn't pull away. Our defense was there. We did what we needed to do, but we just could not buy a bucket from three. But once again, defense wins championships. We hankered in on the defensive end. We stopped dudes when we needed them to. We got turnovers when we needed it to. There was a couple of highlight plays that stood out to me when Jaylen Brown picked up Dame Lillard full court. And me personally, I've always thought Jaylen Brown was a good defender, but I've never seen Dame get rattled up in this way where he lost the ball, fell. Jaylen Brown clapping at him. He told Doc Rivers to shut up earlier. There was a lot of chippiness in this game, dog. There was a lot. Now, we're going to hop into this beef, too, that Jaylen Brown and Giannis Antetokounmpo seem to be having over the last few meets. You know what I mean? We obviously know from the last game where it was the fake-out handshake and the... You know what I mean? And Jaylen Brown calling him a child and stuff. Now, it got a little bit more chippier this time around. Also, my fault, I forgot to mention that y'all got weird energy tweet that I want to say the Bucks had put out there after, I guess, Jaylen Brown said the child comments. But, yeah, that's where... My bad, this thing's mad loud in my ear. But that's where that beef is starting from. Now, tonight... Jaylen Brown mixed them up a little bit, gave him the oop oop hippie bang bang, you know what I mean, and had him looking crazy and scored the layup on him. Now Giannis decided to be a little hoe about it and throw the elbow out there on the inbound, and which was weird too, because when that happened, Jaylen Brown basically, and I love the finger point shit. Like, there's only a few players that really be doing this type of stuff when they get a little bit upset. It's like Kobe and Jordan with the finger pointing at you. Now, I love that he did it at a star too. So he pointed at him, and I guess he was basically saying don't do that shit again or watch that shit, whatever the case may be. And somehow he got the tech, even though they were both banging and bumping. Now, I don't think Giannis was saying anything, so that's probably why it wasn't a double tech. Which still, I mean, if you looked at the play, he threw the elbow out there and got a little funny, but it is what it is. I mean, Jaylen Brown still went off. We still proceeded to win the game. The Bucks are actually, like I said, they're 500 basketball. I have a feeling that this may be a team we may see in the first round. You know what I mean? I just got a feeling. I know it's early in the season. We're not even at the 40 game mark yet, and we have no idea where the Bucks are gonna really exactly sit in the standings. But I believe they are 11-11 right now, so they're playing 500 basketball. But they won, I want to say 9 out of their last 11 excluding the loss that they had last night. But I see them as a team that's going to sneak in there on the lower side, and if they do, I feel like that might be a team that we see get through the play-in and play in the playoffs. So it's good to keep our foot on their necks. I don't like how close the games are. I didn't like how Bobby Portis had like 15 rebounds in like the first half. Now we shut that down, obviously, and he didn't shoot too well from the field, but it's just little stuff like that just makes me be like, Now, I'm not worried, but it's just something that just stood out to me in the moment of time. But once again, this is a long season, a long grind, so it is what it is. Our shooting tonight, man, very interesting to watch that play out, where we shot horribly from three, and we also, we shot IF in the field. You know what I mean? We shot 40 for 87, 46% from the field. So we were still able to just not settle, and that's a weird thing about it is that, like last year's team and the year before that, I feel like we'd had those slumps and we just settle, keep going. But I think this go around, we mixed it up and got a little bit more versatile in that offensive set where we'd attack the basket when necessary, and I think that was a big part in what Jason Tatum was doing. That's a lot of his 34 was coming from within the paint. He was 4 from 10 from 3, so he was getting to the paint a lot. I want to say he got to the line 8 times. So he was aggressive tonight, and as well as Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown was also pretty aggressive tonight too. He got to the line. Actually, my fault. He wasn't aggressive as far as getting to the line. He went twice, but he was getting aggressive and just attacking the basket and making things happen, whether it be an assist or a dime out to somebody in the corner or a pitch out three to like Sam Hauser in the corner and stuff. So Jaylen Brown was doing what he needed to do. He's at the peak of his basketball right now. Like, I know Jason Tatum is our best player as far as the overall goes, and like that's who everybody focuses on. But me personally, I always think that Jaylen Brown is definitely like our guy, especially in the fourth quarter, especially throughout the game for all the other intangibles that Tatum may not do in the game. Now, he has his other intangibles, which help on the offensive end, but Jaylen Brown kind of is our two-way guy. He's our best two-way guy. Let's talk about Jrue Holiday as well, too, while I'm at it. Jrue Holiday, I know a lot of people complain about, him getting the extension and having that money and not putting up what he needs to put up, but what I've always said ever since we got him last year is like, there's one basketball for one. You can't expect Jrue. Like, I expect Jrue to really show out more in the playoffs, which he showed for us last year, and I expect for him to just have games throughout the season where it's like this. He'll have this type of game like every other game or so. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like 3 games before you see this again type of thing. You know what I mean? Because one, we have other guys that are just taking that play, and Jrue is our defensive anchor. You know what I mean? With him being our defensive anchor, I'm not looking for him to score 15 to 20 a night. You know what I mean? Now, when he does it, I love it. And I also love that he's the best three-point shooter in the corner of the league. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's all good and great. Like, I know people want to have everybody score 20 plus or whatever, but remember, there's one basketball, and I know that some nights we have 3 players that score 20. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes 4. One night we might get 5. You never know. But it's a part of the game. It's a part of just whoever's night it is, and we just need to be easy on Jrue. That's really how I feel about it. I know people have been on him since last year, and I still feel like people are a little bit on him this year, but it's like Drew's going to get it in when he's going to get it in, and it's not something that we should worry about as fans. We should just really worry about the big 3 or the big 4, I would say, because that would be Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Porzingis, who also sat out tonight. But, those are the guys that we kind of have to worry about being the top performers. So let's be easy on Jrue out here. But with that being said, man, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep chatting about these Celtics, man. I need the comments to get a little bit more lit in there. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to give me some insight on how y'all feel about the Celtics, because I'm going to keep coming with this Celtics stuff. But, don't forget to like the video, subscribe. I'll leave it at that. I'm out of here. Peace.